and welcome to TheMan Games. I have changed the Bloodline's entrance, so now when they come down, it is obviously there's Roman Reigns, Sikoa and Paul Heyman. Jimmy Uso, we're not really sure if he's actually in or out, but I noticed last week on SmackDown that the entrance is different than the one you can get on WWE 2K23. Roman is now carrying the belt around his waist instead of lifting it up in the air. So we're going to change the entrance today to make it more accurate to what we saw on last week's SmackDown. If you are a new watcher of TheMan Games and you haven't already, please think about subscribing to the channel. Make sure you are hitting that like button if you did enjoy today's video, and drop us a comment down below. And what do you think of this new entrance of the Bloodline? So the first thing we're going to do though, we're going to go onto the community creations and we're going to get a few new creations of Roman Reigns and of Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman. So first of all, we want to download this version of Paul Heyman, so we need a playable Paul Heyman to make this entrance work, so that is why we need to download this Paul Heyman. But then we are going to change it to being a more up-to-date version of Paul Heyman. So the true creator of this is World's Finest, hashtag 51407, and to find this creation, use the hashtags Players Manager, Paul Heyman, SmackDown, The World's Finest, Brock Lesnar, Raw, NXT, Cody Rhodes, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, or Roman Reigns. So yeah, I might have shown you guys where to find this on the channel before, but we definitely need this for this video today, so make sure you are downloading it. And then we want to download this version of Solo Sikoa, so we want more of like a promo segment version, that is why I wanted this one here. And the true creator of this is Deacon Bomb, hashtag 92007, and to find this creation of Solo Sikoa, use the hashtags Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, or Cody Rhodes. And then you want to download this version of Roman Reigns, so this is, so it looks like he's got his hair in a man bun. And the true creator of this is, once again, we've used this creator a lot on the channel, it is Soy El Ru, hashtag 50950, and to find this Roman Reigns, use the hashtags Roman Reigns, Soy El Ru, or SmackDown. So now we have the creations on the game. One thing you want to do is you want to go options, go to title management, and make sure Roman Reigns is your undisputed WWE Universal Champion. And then now we're going to go to creations to edit custom superstar. So now we're going to change Paul Heyman so he looks like this, which is what he looks like these days. So you will have a Paul Heyman in a Brock Lesnar attire here and a suit attire here. So I changed the suit attire and then moved it over to here, deleting the original creation. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to dye his hair all grey. So if we press square for colours, so we want this shade of grey here, or like a grey white. Then you want to zoom out by pressing L2, make the cursor bigger, and then move the cursor over. So you make it bigger so it covers more area in one go. Then you want to dye all the hair grey or white maybe. You might want to zoom in because look, you can still see a few black bits, but you might not be able to get all of it, but it's better than it was before. So then Paul Heyman will look like that. And then going into clothing, so it's upper body, so the top's one. So is this shirt and tie here that we want. Material, so we're just going to change material number 1 to cloth. And then you want the colour to be white. And then colour number 2, we want that shade of red there. Colour number 3 is that shade of pinky purple. And colour number 4 is another shade of pinky purple. So remember to look at the colour picker and that will give you the correct shade. And then if we go down to jackets, so it is this one here. And we want to change material number 2 to being cloth. We want colour number 1 to being that shade of blue there, and colour number 2 to being that shade of blue, like so. And then if we just go to images, so we want to find this image here, and it's going to go there, so it looks like it's in the pocket of Paul Heyman. So you just might want to centre it a bit better than I did before, so maybe centre it about there so it looks like it's actually in the pocket. It looks a lot better once it's zoomed out, and the colour for that wants to be red. So obviously if we zoom out now, it does look a lot better. And then if we go down to low body, down to bottoms, so these are the bottoms that we've got here. Those are the Shawn Michaels ones, so if you go across 2, then up 1, that is the one that you want. And then we're just going to change them to the same shade of blue as we used for the jacket. And then you don't need to change any of the other colours. And then if we go down to boots and shoes, so those are the shoes there. And then the colours want to be brown, like so. Right then, so now we've got the correct Paul Heyman. Now we need to set up that entrance. Right then, so now we're going across to roster, and we're going to go to edit teams. So you can press R3 to create a team. So here we have it. So name, the Bloodline, obviously, team announcement, the Bloodline. Then we've got our new Roman Reigns that we just downloaded, the solo Sikoa that we just downloaded, and then the Paul Heyman that we have just changed to being a newer version. Crowd reaction that we want is boo. And we are just leaving the tag team entrance. We're not bothered about that. It's the trios entrance that we're looking for. So we want to make sure it's on together. So what we've done is we changed the motion to being Legado del Fantasma's entrance. So as you see now, on a real entrance, you see Roman with the belt around his waist, Paul Heyman to the right of him, and so Sikoa to the left. And then obviously all the other ones want to be set on Roman Reigns like so. And on your cast change, you want to make sure that you've got Roman Reigns as cast number 1, Solo as number 2, and Paul Heyman as number 3. And then there you have it. So now you have seen how to get a more up-to-date version of the Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman entrance. So obviously it could change if Jimmy does become a more consistent member of the Bloodline, because we're not really sure yet if Roman has invited him back into being in the Bloodline. I kind of hope he doesn't. I kind of hope he kicked him to the curb a bit. But you know what Roman Reigns is like as a user, so you know he might just let Jimmy return to being in the Bloodline full time. Well, I do hope you did enjoy this video today and you did find it helpful. If you did so, please think about subscribing to TheMan Games if you haven't already. If you already have, make sure you've got those notifications turned on, and then you'll know when our next video goes up on the channel. You can also find us on social media, TheMan Games, on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We are also on Threads and TikTok as well. Also in the description below there will be a link to subscribe to our newsletter. By doing so you will get a weekly email letting you know what goes up on the channel. So thank you very much for watching and supporting TheMan Games today, and we will see you on the next video.